This clash
Laga. You can watch this also. Hey, put that one.
Hello and very good evening to all our viewers. You're watching www.ThePapare.com and this is Dialog Rugby League Round 1 Week 5, and today's big clash is between Kandy Sports Club, the defending champions, and also the unbeaten team will be taking on the host CRNFC here at the Racecourse grounds. And also joining me in the commentary box, Jayan Gunatilaka, and also we have Havelock's coach Laga is with us to bring you more updates as the match progresses. But it's a tough condition. In fact, the rain is pouring down here. Like I said before, CRNFC of course not having the home advantage. I have the CRNFC team card is with me, and of course Lahiru Pavitra is starting after 2-match ban ahead of stamping over Havelock's play, and Nipuna Devinda will be the loose head prop along with Shane Samman, the pair with the tight head prop, and Shemal Veerasekara and Captain Ishan Noor will be the lock combination. Jason Disanayaka, Sasank Ariyaratna and Arun Kumar will be the back three. And also
Machan, remove that. Machan, remove that. Wrong, totally wrong. Lineup is wrong. Remove that, remove that, remove that.
and this will be an interesting clash definitely. And of course Sia missing the home advantage. And of course I have the Kandy team card is with me. Shane, in fact Pimal Manchanayaka, who scored the try last week, and he'll be starting with Damit Disanayaka as a hooker. Uchita Jayasuri, who started last week, have given way to Damit Disanayaka, and Kishore Jehan in the tight head position. Also the lock combination will be Gayan Ratnayaka and Dimitri Vijay Tunga. And there we go, as you can see on your screen, the third row combination would be Suhiru Anthony, Heshan Silva and Burnaka Udangamo. Now Burnaka has received 2 consecutive yellow cards in the last 2 matches. It will be interesting how he keep his discipline throughout this game. Also Roshan Veeraratna will be the halfback, Arshad Jamalin once again starting at the fly half position, and Richard Dharmapala in the wing. Of course the veteran Gayan Veeraratna and Fazil Marja, the captain, will be the center combination, and Lavanga Pereira will be the wing with Nigel Ratwate on the fullback. Jan, what do you think of your predictions today, Jan? It's going to be, will the defending champions will be tested?
Yeah, well, conditions underfoot look wet and soggy today. So if you're looking for, if you were looking forward to a day of fast open rugby tonight, today might not be the day. So, but I think that will favour the home side, Sabir, because Kandy have been quite happy playing ball in hand and sending out wide with the likes of Nigel Ratwata and Fazil Marija out wide. So that would be a certain advantage to CRNFC. So I think it all makes for an interesting day's play.
Absolutely, Jan, but we can perhaps look into more knock-ons and more kicking games due to the weather condition. But do you think how impact it's going to be CR not playing their home game at CRNFC?
I think it's a big disadvantage. You know, you want to play your home games at home, and this is somewhat well, it's more or less a neutral venue for both parties. Having said that, you know, it is what it is, and CRNFC are still playing in Colombo, and they still should have most of the support here, even though the numbers don't seem as strong owing to the conditions. It's probably kept people away, but I'm sure you're tuned into the ThePapare right now.
And the big miss for CRNFC, of course, Kanchana Ramanaka, who pulled out with a niggle on his ankle, and that will be a real confident lose for the CRNFC in Reds.
Well, it's a big game, Sabir. You know, when you're a club rugby player in Sri Lanka, these are the games you train for. These are the games that you look forward to. You know, Kandy CR, it doesn't get much bigger than this. And Kandy's been on a bit of a roll, but with the conditions there, I think CR has golden opportunity here.
All right, things are ready. Referee Shatkar blows the whistle, and there goes Costa. Dimitri collects it inside the 22-meter mark as he goes into the first contact of the game. Referee says play on, looks like a turnover. Brilliant stuff early on by CRNFC. And here goes Costa, sending it to Saman ThePapare. Saman ThePapare goes into contact. His brother Kokila is not starting today. That's another big hit coming by Nipuna Devinder. Referee playing advantage. Looks like a 3 points coming from here for the host.
Well, that's the best possible start for CR, Sabir, and if this goes over, that'll give them a good advantage and a good return for dominating play there. So this is what CR needs to do. They look fairly secure at the breakdown. They look like they know what they're doing. They look like they have numbers behind the ball. So they just need to frustrate Kandy SC. And a couple of penalties here and there, and you look up in the scoreboards 6-0 or 9-0 or even 12-0, and you know, that kind of pressure really gets to you.
Absolutely, the matches not only won by only the tries, but the penalties also part of it. So it'll be interesting how Prince Shamar is going to seal this. That looks good, and it is good, says the touch judges. So 3 points to nil for the CRNFC here at the Racecourse grounds. Good early start for the men in red. Also joining me in the commentary box is Havelock's coach. Laga is with me. Laga, early points is always a booster.
Yeah, late afternoon, Sabil and John. Yeah, well, I think the whole dimension of the game is to sort of change with the rain, but now the rain is gone, so it's very. Missy has made it very simple in the beginning, you know, just keeping the ball in hand. So 3 points is a lot better now.
So Laga, I have to put you on the spot. You played and coached for CR. You played and coached for Kandy. Where's your heart leading you towards today?
Oh, CR has a very close place to my heart, John. That's very clear. That's where I started here in Sri Lanka. Yeah, but I think they're up for this one. I think Inti Madika's got these guys right up here. They're not a bad side. But the signs are very good right at the start. They're just keeping the ball in the middle. It looks like he's going to box in the middle, keeping the ball very close. And in these conditions, that's what you got to do.
Arun Kumar trying to pick and run on that rock. Still just outside the 22-meter mark. And Costa to his brother. It's a lovely kick. It was collected by Heshan Silva. Nigel Rathate finding the space, and the chase comes by Richard Dharmapala. Prince Shamar trying to step Dharmapala. Looks like he's going to get caught here. Referee playing advantage. That's not a brave decision. In fact, he should have kicked it out of jail. He had loads of time. But here goes Kandy, getting another penalty. In fact, their first penalty in the opposite half. What do you think the call would be by Fazil, Jan?
Well, it's in the corner, and Fazil's going. He's putting the ball in the corner, and immediately Kandy's in a very good position, and their 8 have been playing really well. And this is what you need to do. That was really suicidal by CR and FC. Why would you want to do that? You've made a good start. Put the ball in the opposition half. Play the rugby there. You know, I seem to have been. It's a bit of a mind blow up there. That's all I can describe it as.
Absolutely. We'll see how much Prince Chalmers' decision making going to cost. Damit Disanayaka to put the throw in. Taken nicely by Gayan Ratnayaka. And there goes the driving maul, one of the Kandy's strength. Kandy forwards have scored more tries than their three quarters in this season after round 4. So they are trying to hold that. And there goes Fazil as a first receiver, and he was trying to sneak through that gap between the 10 and 12 channel, but it's like another turnover. But referee says tackle not releasing. This should be an easy kick for Nigel Ratata or Arshad Jamaldin, in fact.
You know, it's almost one of those cases where you settle for the 3 points because Kandy looked for all money as if they were going to go over. So I think CR have to just regroup and realize that today is not the day to attempt fancy stuff in your own 22 especially. Just put the ball in your opposition 22, play the rugby there. So let's hope CR learns from that early mistake, Sabir.
Absolutely. Laga, from your coaching point of view to advise.
Yeah, no, Jamara was just a bit too casual there, Rajan, going back onto that ball, but then not enough numbers from CR getting back on that ball. But you got to make sure you clear that out of the red zone. But Kandy were very confident they're going for the lineouts. Surely they, after their first 3 outings, their forwards are starting to get some confidence. But you got to watch out for this sort of day. Eh?
Yeah, Kandy have racked up 50 points in their first 2 games, and then another 40 points in their 3rd game. So, well, CR is a different proposition, but you just have to put them under pressure for sustained periods of time. That's the only way you can beat Kandy.
Absolutely, it's still early days as Roshan Veeratna puts that kick into touch, and CRNFC having an attacking line out. Just between the 50 meter and the 10 meter mark. They didn't have a much convincing lineouts throughout the season because they had a terrible problem with Lahiru Pavitra going banned for 2 weeks after stamping the Havelocks player.
Laga, it'll be interesting to hear from you. You've been away for a season. Your thoughts on the domestic rugby this year? I think the good thing is all the teams are sort of like quite even with only the locals involved, and some of the guys are really playing well, and that's important for Sri Lanka rugby.
Once again, referee card the playing advantage. There goes Roshan Hetiarachi as he goes into contact. Costa to Captain Noor. Very good tackle coming in.
You can certainly see the Kandy boys not really committing themselves in the breakdown there.
There's Sasanka Ariratna and Bunaka Udanga were trying to have a little romance out there, but Bunaka, he's aware that he has received 2 continuous yellow cards in the last 2 games, but if he gets 1 more yellow today, probably he would be banned for another 2 match. So he's sure, I'm sure he knows the fact. And here we go, Sia has another chance whether Prince Shamara can put this kick into the post.
CRNFC seem to have the right intent, Sabir, but not once did Kandy really look troubled in defending that play. So I think they need to just suck in the numbers and find a way to get men on the outside and put this Kandy team on the back foot. Kandy looks very confident. I mean, that happens when you're winning games and winning games by good margins. So it'll be interesting to see how CRNFC, breaks open this Kandy side.
And that kick is good by Prince Shamar as it hit the uprights and goes inside. So 6 point to 3 in favor of the Reds.
So Prince Shamar making up for that early blunder with a well-taken kick. It's not the best of conditions. So CR back with their noses in front.
So 6 point to 3. We didn't see much running rugby. Still early days as Fazil Marja take the restart. Arun Kumar fumbles the ball. It's an easy catch, but he probably took his eyes off at the last minute, Jan.
Laga, going on to what you said, something that I have noticed in the first, with the first 3 or 4 games I've seen this season. I mean, there's some fantastic rugby being played by some a bit of individual brilliance and some great team play, but also you see some staggering mistakes being made at this level, and it makes you wonder. You know, the problem we seem to suffer is that we seem to lack that consistency across the park and across each and every phase.
Yeah, well, it is. It's always hard when you play with foreigners. I mean, a lot of teams tend to lay their hands on the foreigners and rely on them to do a lot of things. But this will give a lot of guys a lot of a bit of confidence to play and to push the ball around when they do play. Then that was a brilliant scrum by Kandy. And this is the sort of and they've scored themselves a penalty. And this is the sort of thing that you got to play in these sort of days, John. With these two teams, precision is going to be very vital. CR twice got their penalties inside the Kandy half, and they've got 6 points. Kandy's got to, he's got to crunch it and make sure they stay in the hunt. They can't be too far back.
Well, CR and FC have always prided themselves in having a very strong scrum. It's quite unusual to see Kandy having a tight fight that could really push opposition back. Generally, they've been the team that used to blitz opposition teams with the likes of Marija, and if you look back with the likes of Sanjeev Vijay Singha, Indrajit Bandaranaike, all those players who were pretty awesome with the ball in hand. It's unusual to see a Kandy forward pack really take the initiative and take it to the opposition.
And also it was brilliantly controlled by Buna Kodangam at the back of the scrum. Here goes the highest point scorer in this season so far, Arshad Jamaldin, and he misses this time around.
That's going to be crucial today, the place kicking. 1 out of 2, huh?
That never actually looked like going in. He didn't look very settled. And from the position of the ball, from where we are seated up here, it just didn't quite look right, Sabir. So perhaps he could have taken a bit more time, compose himself, because points will be hard to come by today.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a lot of time remaining in this game, but like Laga said, this 3-point miss, we'll see how crucial it's going to be. Collected nicely by Dimitri. Roshan Viratna sending it to Damit Disanayake. There goes Buna Kudangamu, wearing number 6 today, but playing at number 8. Roshan sending out wide. Marija to Gayan Viratna. Trying to waiting for the support inside. Kandy gaining territory very nicely. Now they're coming into a play a bit more strategically, despite the weather. That's a forward pass. What happened, Jayan? I didn't actually.
Well, I have a problem with this, I mean, the referee called that for crossing, and for me, you can't really call it crossing unless the really takes the defender out or something to that effect. I think the referees go on this crossing, penalizing players for crossing far too frequently when it doesn't really obstruct the defending teams. Either way, I think Kandy lost the position of the ball and it propelled forward, so CR did have the ball, but it probably should have been a scrum.
Yeah, it's clear what Kandy's trying to do. They're still sticking to their guns and trying to move the ball out wide. Be interesting. Let's see what happens. CR is trying to keep it as tight as they can, but
what I love about this Kandy team, guys, you find Fazil Marija starting at outside centre, but every now and then he slots into first receiver, and they're a different side.
That throw was too deep by Lahiru Pavitra. Costa trying to get that ball, but unfortunately he knocks the wet ball. So Kandy now again getting back the position just outside the 50-meter mark.
They just got to tidy up their lineouts and scrums here. In that occasion there, the throw came to the back and collected. But I think Kavindu on the ground tried to push the pass, and then again another knock on. So a few errors creeping into them to their game.
With so much that has evolved in the sport of rugby, some things still remain the same. You can't win your own scrums, you can't win your lineouts, you can't play rugby.
And there is a SIA bench on your screen. They don't have Many big names, but it will be interesting how coach Inti Marika will shuffle his subs, especially in the second half. So Rochana Hettiarach is center today. Kanchana Ramanaka, the try scorer of last match, is out. Roshan Veeraratne to feed in the scrum. Another good scrum by both the teams so far. Nice steady and scash. Kandy, there goes. Driving forward. Roshan, send it to Arshad Jamaldin. Prince Shamara under pressure. Can he get this ball? He felt the pressure. And Irshad Kader calling for the knock on by Prince Shamara. So probably this is the ideal tactical play to kick it to the opposite half, opposite territory, and then attack from there, Jan.
No prizes for guessing what Kandy is going to do now, Laga.
Yeah, well, it's a must. They've got that one right. I mean, it's a dominant scrums. These guys have been dominant right from the game, from game one, and it's just basic team-man rugby. You know, just get it to the fly half and kick it. And then that kick was pinpoint right in front of the 22. If it wasn't in the 22, of course, then the Jamara would be able to mark the ball. But perfect place kick.
Absolutely, like Jayan said before, it is interesting when Fazil Marija and Arshad Jamaldin shifting the first receiver position.
They line on each side of the scrum, on either side of the scrum, so now they have both options open to them. But I have a feeling they keep the ball in there and try and milk a penalty here as well, Sabir.
Yeah, it's 6 points to 3. We have played 15 minutes in this clash. Dialog Rugby League, this is week 5 between Kandy Sports Club, the defending champions, and also the unbeaten team in this year's league. Roshan Veeraratne defeating the scrum. Once again, a scrum looks solid, but this time going sideways, says Kader, as a result of winning a penalty, like Jayan said. So this is another opportunity for Arshad Jamaldin to get his confidence back.
Serious problems for CR and FC, Sabir. I think we're a few more infringements and we're in yellow card territory. So, you know, the CR coaching team of Inti Marika and Dancer will just have to get something right there. They'll just have to get their players to bind low and just negate this this Kandy power that's coming through.
Arshad Jamaldin. Once again he misses. This is not as usual from Jamaldin. So they have lost 6 points, Laga.
Crucial. They can come back and pinch them at the end, but yeah, you got to take your chances in this sort of condition and this sort of match here. But it looks like Shane is having a hard time on the loose hit for CR, so it's going to be a long afternoon for him if he doesn't pull his socks up.
Laga, if you were coaching CR today, what would you tell the CR front row when you're under so much pressure? How do you stop this?
Well, practice makes it a lot easier. I mean, in a match you can't really do much. I mean, I'm sure these guys have done their homework on how the scrums operate in the Kandy camp.
There goes Gayan Veeraratne. It was a brilliant skill by Fazil Marija initially, stopping that ball from his foot. They get the loose ball by Jason Disanayak. Wet ball is always a trouble. But they need quick balls on this occasion, or a box kicker, Giant.
Yeah, well, they'll just be happy to keep the ball right now, and hands are clearly there. So Kandy SC making all the play, but can't seem to make it count on the scoreboard, unfortunately. And you know, CR seems to be able to get out of jail in those crucial moments.
Yeah, it's the team that is going to adjust to the weather. Really, you got to play smart in these sort of conditions. I mean, no matter how skillful you are, you still got to play according to the conditions. And I think CR is doing it a bit better than Kandy.
Oh, that's a very good kick.
And the pounds of the ball is going their way as well. So
Absolutely. Here comes Sia into the opposite 22 meter. This will really test the Kandy line out and their forwards. Lahir Paitra. He made a fumble with his last throw from the right in the opposite direction. This time taken nicely. Sets up the maul. Well, not many Kandy forwards engaging in that maul. And that's a clear obstruction, says referee Kader. So lucky escape for Kandy.
yeah, it was just a silly error by the CR flanker there. Just broke away from the maul, from the initial maul, and there was a player in front of him that just went straight into the defender. And the referee standing right there too.
It's just in front of the referee. It's a silly thing by Jason Disanayaka. In fact, it's Arun Kumar, referee Kader, having a word with Kumar.
Should be a good test, huh? Kandy lads looking a bit concerned there, huh?
Yeah, you can see that from the body language, isn't it, Laga? Look at the Kandy forwards. This time it was taken really nicely by Gayan Ratnayaka. And there comes Roshan Veeratna's box kick. Prince Shamara, is it? No, it's Kavindu Pereira. Taken nicely. Lavanga Pereira makes the chase and puts Kavindu Pereira with the tackle. Sia taking their time. There goes Disanayaka. Costa. Costa sends it to brother Costa, but that kick doesn't make much yards. Well collected by Kavindu Pereira. Brilliant stuff. Another penalty coming in favor of Sia. Referee Kader stops the clock and he's going for a warning.
Yeah, it was a miss kick by Ashan Costa, and the winger there did really well to go up and collect that ball and got the penalty for Sia. So again, another miss opportunity by Kandy.
Heshan Silva, the man, the culprit over there, conceding that penalty. Once again, another chance for Sia to come into opposite red zone. We'll see how far he's going to make the kick. Looks a beautiful kick. Brilliant stuff by Costa. This is where they gave up the ball position last time when they were into the opposite half, Jayan.
Yeah, it's looking like Sia's getting a foothold in this game, Sabir, and they just have to be able to keep the place together and win their own line-out ball. Last time they got the ball moving, but made some silly mistakes by detaching off the moving ball. So we'll see how Sia, they've got another chance here. One score here and becomes 10-6. It becomes 13-3. It's a different game.
Oh, looks like a turnover by Kandy. Brilliant stuff. Gayan Ratnayaka. And there goes Dimitri Vijaytunga. And he knocks on the weight ball. There goes CRNFC. Good hands coming in. So 2 knock-ons. I think referee Kader will... Oh, I think the advantage is over after 2 passes. So once again, another error made by Sia.
Yeah, they certainly had a chance there. Dimitri carrying the ball, but losing it in the process. Just got to be careful where they carry the ball in this conditions. Half a chance here for Sia. If that pass had gone into hand, there was one-on-one. One-on-one on the far side. It could have been interesting to see if that Sia winger can go around Dharmapala. No?
And Kandy, last year they played one club league match here at this same venue, and they lost to Army. It was a complete shocker. Still early days to call. We'll see how it goes. Veeratna sending it to Jamaldin. And that kick always almost find the halfway mark. So good kick by Jamaldin.
So Kandy let off the hook for the second time in the game. All these missed opportunities, are bound to add up, and in the end of the game, one team is going to regret all these mistakes, Abir.
Absolutely. Once again, another tester to Lahiru Pavitra. Taken nicely by Jason Dissanayake. This time, Sia. Trying to drive forward, trying to win a penalty. Looks good so far. Costa breaks. And there goes the inside pass to Jason Dissanayake. He needs support. And once again, Sia knocking on. So the wet ball is causing some huge number of issues, Laga.
Yeah, just the carries. The players who are carrying the ball a bit too high, and you just can't do that in this sort of conditions, and they tend to lose the ball and carries a bit too loose. As we see Jason there just going to the contact, managed to fend Jamaldin off, but yeah.
Don't you think, Laga, Costa should carry on that maul a few bit more, because referee is not saying use it or anything?
Yeah, I don't think the forwards were very happy there with Gavinto just taking the ball off the maul, because they were moving forward and they actually got away from the first punch, so we're doing okay. Arm whistle. It's an arm whistle, huh?
Roshan Veeratna, the ball comes out from the scrum, but he secures nicely. Prince Shamra this time taking the high ball, calling it mark. Last 2 years, Jayan, CRNFC, they played their first half quite well, but when it comes to the second half, they didn't play. Their fitness came into great quest in the last 2 years. But on the first game against Army, in fact, they came back very strongly to beat Army after trailing in the first half. But since then, it's not going well for CRNFC.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I thought they played well last week against Police. So I think they're a side that has improved game on game. They had a blip against Havelock Sports Club but I think they were just intimidated with Laga being in the Havelock's team. but you're right. They can be a bit. They can seem to go off the boil at certain points in the game. But I still feel that they've been improving week on week.
If you look at the benches, the nervous bench. Referee says play on with that short throw. The ball comes out. And then knock on by Dimitri.
Yeah, it's getting a bit scrappy now, but you will expect that sort of this sort of areas in these sort of conditions, and the time is moving by. It's almost half an hour gone. 6-3. It's going to be a tight one. Some orange faces in that Kandy pinch, but interesting. Sean's first year at coaching, he'll get a taste of it, John, of what A-Division rugby is all about, and these moments are good for him.
Kandy with another scrum. Roshan Veeratna. Once again, the scrum looks solid. Ricardo says use the shoulders. Looks like Sia going up, and looks like a penalty coming on to Kandy. Playing advantage. Bunakodangamu breaks through the scrum. Roshan Veeratna to Manchanayake to Fazil Marija. Lovely decoy work by Jamaldin. There goes Gan Veeratna sending out to Nigel Ratwatne. Lavanga Pereira with the ball in hand. And he knocks it on. So the advantage is over. So Lavanga Pereira going into contact, and he's losing the ball on that occasion.
Who's that winger? Who's that winger for Sia? Just have a look at this. How's the timing?
Brilliant timing. Yes, it's Kavindu Pereira.
Kavindu Pereira has been very impressive in attack as well as in defense. So that's great heart. That's great to see, and hopefully that encourages his forward pack that's struggling to keep this Kandy pack at bay. There's Kavindu on screen. He's had an excellent half, and hopefully that'll, like I said, raise the spirits of his teammates.
Yeah, for all of the kids watching are playing backs. That's how you defend as a back. Shadow, and you go for it in cage. And yeah, Lavangalia didn't know what was coming.
Yeah, both the wingers, both the respective wingers in the national 7 squad as well. Arun Kumar breaks. Suhiru Anthony trying to stop Kumar, but the ball here comes by Costa. Nigel Ratwata collected nicely, and he finds the open space. That's a lovely kick, and it was nicely collected by Prince Shamar, but not so convincing kick. But it's a better choice nevertheless to come out of jail on that occasion. So it's still 6 points to 3 in favor of CRNFC, and we are through for the halfway mark. And Kandy, of course, missing 2 kickable penalties by Arshad Jamaldin, and the impact, we'll see how much it's going to affect as this game move forward. Damit Disanaika to put the throw in for Kandy. Buna Kodangama taken nicely. Roshan Veeratna sending it to Gayan Veeratna. Once again another knock on. So the going into contact part is not working with the wet ball. Like you said, Laga, also they're collecting the ball. Both the teams, not only Sia, it's too high, the position that he collected the ball.
Yeah, he's just going straight into the defender there. If we look at the replay, just went straight into him. Yeah, I think it's the first time that these Kandy lads will be tested, and in playing under these conditions, they've got the first 4 over 40 and over 50 points. So it'll be interesting how they can get themselves together. But Sia's doing it really well.
Indeed, so far so good for the CRNFC team. Costa. Scrum collapse. Are you looking forward to the game Havelocks versus Kandy, Laga?
Yeah, of course, it will be good battle. Of course, we've got to get over Army on Sunday. They're playing some good rugby. I think the score last week didn't reflect how well they played, but just small errors where Kandy capitalised and punished them. And playing in interval is never easy. So yeah, we've got to get over Army, but we look forward to Kandy and they're also playing well as well. But they've got to get through CR first.
Arun Kumar breaking from that scrum. Suhiru Anthony playing in the flanker position today. Good tackle. Kavindu Di Costa to Oshan Di Costa. Lovely kick. No one's want to take it. Looks like just missed by Jason Disanaga, but it doesn't matter, says Sasanka Ariratna. Had he made some ground, there comes the advantage. Captain Noor going into contact. Referee still playing advantage. Samman Pirma going into contact. Sia has a chance here, but referee calling back to the initial penalty. Go for the corner, Jayan?
Yes, because the angle looks pretty tough. I was just thinking it might have been worthwhile had he just booted the ball through, rather than try to pick it up, because he obviously couldn't do that cleanly. And if he kicked it through and the ball went within 5 meters of the Kandy line, then there would have been a tremendous opportunity to put pressure on Kandy, and if they're able to secure the ball there, anything could have happened. So some great play, but at crucial points, perhaps the wrong option's been selected.
Yeah, wrong option being selected. Another opportunity for Prince Shamar. So far 100% kicking records. 2 out of 2. It's a tough angle, but we'll see how he's taking this kick. So it's 6 points to 3 in favor of CNFC. Prince Shamara swirls it inside, but he misses. But still, this is another opportunity for them to get the ball in hand from this 22-meter, isn't it, Laga?
Yeah, well, it's a wise decision to go for 3 points, and if you miss, you still just stay down inside their half. So yeah, keeping the ball in their half will be vital.
Ashad Jamaldin sends it deep, collected by Sashan Mohammed. Prince Shamara sending it to Costa. He saw the space, but it's a beautiful kick. The ball didn't bounce in favor of Kandy Pereira's chase. Now this time Kandy lineout will be tested here. Also, Laga, talking about the Havelock's injury, it's a massive...
Yeah, it is a bit of a crisis right now, but it is what it is, and you just got to go, work through it. We got erosion back, which is a plus for Sunday, but yeah, we're missing some of the big names in our setup, so we just got to go without it.
Gayan Ratnagar taking that line out nicely. Roshan Veeratna with his box kick, and that's out on the full. That's a cardinal error by the experienced Veeratna. Luck and everything favoring the Reds so far, Jayan.
Yeah, Siar still got the noses in front, and if they can go into the hut at halftime at 6-3 or even on level pegging terms, they'll really fancy their chances of getting over Kandy, and Kandy will obviously be a worried side. They've never been in this situation all season, so... Scrappy line out, and the ball still comes out on their side, so they've got a scrum now.
Yeah, he's getting it. The CR jumper's getting it. He gets up on the air and gets it, but is on his way down. He's panicking a bit. That's how he's losing the ball. But they just need to hold on to the ball inside the Kandy half. You just get the feeling that if they can get 3 more points in this half before half time, they'll certainly be on top of things going to the second half.
Yeah, that's Shimal Veerasekar, the second row forward. Costa once again to feed in the scrum. Arun Kumar breaks both Bunaka and Suhiru Anthony. Puts him down. Costa once again. Another kick coming. This will test. Nobody wants to collect it. Looks like Nigel Ratwata made a knock on. In fact, knocks back, says referee Kader. Oh, that's a wild pass by Roshan Veeratna. But lucky enough, they had the advantage, isn't it, Jan?
Yeah, it was a bit scrappy, and referee Kader adjudicates that there was a CR hand in that ball being lost in the So, well, Kandy's still alive, but still hanging on for dear life, because they seem to have lost all momentum in this game. Sabir and CR, who's really asking the questions right now.
Yes, indeed. Just 2 minutes away from the halftime mark.
Yeah, that kick needed to go at least another 4 meters in front. It was just a bit too short for Costa, that kick there. As if it had gone just in front of the 22, they would have given themselves a good chance. Free kick, good spot.
Kandy forwards a little too eager to contest in that scrum. Early shove giving them a free kick as Costa takes Jason Disanaga. There goes Nipuna Devi into the contact. A lovely attacking place. Looks like a turnover. It is a turnover, but referee says unfortunately we don't have the referee's feet. Hands on the ruck.
Yeah, just what they needed, or that's what they after a CR. Free kick, slowed it down, very smart play. Took their time, scored the penalty, get 3 points and go up 9-3 at half time.
There's an element of panic there in the Kandy ranks. You know, there was always going to be a risk trying to play that ball off the ruck there, and referee card pinned them for it. So if this goes over, CR have a bit of daylight between them and Kandy.
Prince Charmer with his 4th penalty kick. Looks good. It is good. So CRNFC goes 9 points. So a 6-point lead. And we are just approaching the halfway mark. And that's Prince Charmer for you, former Science College player and the national under-20 player.
He doesn't take long. He doesn't take long in his kicks. He only took about 10 seconds.
Marija with the restart. Arun Kumar taking the ball. Good hit on Lavanga Pereira. Sia going high in confident. Referee once again playing advantage. The culprit this time on the ruck is number 5, Gayan Ratnayaka. Gayan Ratnayaka. Referee card, they're having a word. And he has to sit in the naughty chair for the next 10 minutes. So poor play, Jayan. In fact, Gayan should roll away.
That was just a brain freeze, you know. I mean, why do you go and do that? You know, you've lost the ball. There's nothing you can do about it. And you know, I mean, with the yellow card seems a bit harsh, but then you're asking the referee to make a decision. Why do you need to do that?
Yeah, it's just a brainstorm on that one there, and just going to half time, and it gets deeper and deeper now for Kandy.
Costa once again putting a lovely kick into touch. Is it the half time? The referee says one last play remaining. Yet another attacking opportunity for the host here, the Racecourse grounds.
If they can milk another penalty, CR will be, you know, probably, if they can milk another penalty, they would have thought that Christmas has come early.
Roshan Veeratna booting the ball. Kavindu Pereira. Not a good line out by Lahiru Pavit, the referee once again playing a knock-on advantage this time. Dimitri Vijay Tunga coming into contact. Earlier I thought referee said it's a last play before the halftime, but still looks like time is remaining. Nipuna Devin then limping a bit with that low tackle, in fact. Sia once again with the attacking opportunity. They're playing with the man advantage, leading 9 points to 3. Another steady scrum. Kandy without a number 8. Ball comes out. Good pressure by Roshan Veeratna. Arun Kumar securing the ball nicely. Costa with a clever kick, but Lavanga Pereira missed the piece of cake as he knocks on the ball, and this is the half time as referee Sharkar the blows. CRNFC leading 9 points to 3. We didn't see a single try coming yet, but Kandy had 2 penalty kickable chances, but Arshad Jamaldin, the highest point scorer, could not make the kick. If he made those 6 points, it's level 9 all. So far, your thoughts on the game, Jayan?
Well, it looks like CR's day, because they seem to have got the momentum going after a tricky first period of play. And they've been playing all the rugby. Kandy has been on the back foot, Sabir, even though they've been in good positions to score and really, you know, make a statement earlier on. So it's all CR and FC here at the racecourse.
As we look at the crowd here, if CR can control their lineouts and scrum ups, their set pieces in the second half, they certainly got this one. And they're defending quite well. So yeah, they from the beginning they were the one that adjusted quite well, quite better than Kandy.
All right then, so interesting stuff happening here at the Racecourse Ground, and halftime score CRNFC 9, Kandy Sports Club 3, and we'll be back after the break.
Yeah, that's the thing. It'll be a good, Kusagana will be a good test of Sean's coaching ability as well. Is what we need. It's go down fast, you knock them out. But you let them run, you give them confidence, and you have to go down.
Now I can withdraw Easy Cash from any commercial bank ATM which displays the Easy Cash logo. Select cardless transactions. Select your preferred language. Select Easy Cash. Type in the amount you need. Enter your Easy Cash account number. You will receive a message onto your mobile. Enter your Easy Cash PIN and send to complete your transaction.
Now use commercial bank ATMs to withdraw Easy Cash at your convenience. Call 7111 for more information. Easy Cash. Money in your mobile. Now transact with over 40 million EasyCash customers via Dialog, Etisalat and Hutch. Dial #111# to register today. Connect to Sri Lanka's largest Wi-Fi network with over 2,500 hotspots across the country. Cafes, restaurants, colleges, hospitals, bus stands, train stations and many more. Select Dialog Wi-Fi and visit wifi.dialog.lk to register and get your username and password. Choose from 4 easy ways to top up your account. Go Wi-Fi, go Dialog.
Dialog Self-Care app is Sri Lanka's first and only award-winning app and is the best in the region with trilingual support. So we further improved the app to give more power and control to you. Even more powerful now, with over 50 dialogue services at your control anytime, any place, in your own preferred language. New services for Club Vision members. Step onto the world of self-care possibilities. Download now for free.
This is iPhone 6s. Not much has changed, except it responds to the pressure of your finger. So you can peek into stuff. And pop stuff open, which changes how you play a song. Read a text. Read an email. Read the news. Wait, you read the news?
Yep.
Of course you do. Now you can change apps like this. Pay at more places like this. And the new color looks like this. It's rose gold. It's awesome. And Siri is more helpful than ever.
Hey Siri, show me photos of tortellini.
Here are some images of tortellini. Maybe get takeout? The camera shoots 4K video now, which changes how your movies look. Nice. Even selfies have changed. Now your screen is the flash. That's gonna get like 1 million likes.
Thanks.
Actually, photos themselves have changed. They move now. You just touch them. So yeah, that's what's changed.
Don't be constrained. Be versatile, be flexible. You have the power. Set talk time, SMS, and data quotas to match your style and enjoy the full potential of your mobile package. It's my plan from Dialog. Absolute power to you.
To create your own plan, visit www.dialog.lk/myplan or call 1777 for more information.
serving over 240 million customers across Asia. Axiata, advancing Asia.
Just bringing it back up. Good defense there by CRNFC. The first time tackles, crucial, Sabir, in this game.
It is very crucial. Referee once again playing advantage for the Kandy. There goes Pimal Manchanayak with the contact. Good defense by Sia Fords, but going to the early penalty as Sia Fords going into sideways. The culprit was Sasank Ariyaratne, but this will test Jamaldin's kicking skills rather. It's almost a 50-meter kick. Do you think they will go for the points?
No, I don't think I think they'll go for the line out and trying to keep the pressure on. It was just a brainstorm there from the CR flanker, just putting his hand on the ball, but the ball was already won. Be interesting what CR does in the second half. They've got Kandy still got 14. They've got their second row on the Simpin on the yellow carded. So if they can get first points in this second half, will be very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Gayan Ratnak still has to sit in the naughty chair for another 6 to 7 minutes. It's a short line out by Kandy. Siru Anthony collecting it nicely. Good pressure coming by Ishan Noor. Marija steps. Marija goes. Good counter pressure coming in the ruck. Siru Anthony with the ball. Roshan Weeratne to Manchanayaka. Good tackle on Manchanayaka by Sasanka Ariratne. Oh dear, another penalty conceded by CRNFC. So looks like a yellow card coming in, Sachin.
Not too sure exactly what that penalty was for. I believe it was for hands on the ruck. Looks like Jason Disanayaka is being sent to the bin. Silly penalty there, Sabir. Unnecessary. CRNFC were doing extremely well in defense. They were holding their line, and now Kandy have an opportunity to put some big pressure on CR with a 5-meter line out.
Yes, again they've gone for the line out. So obviously Jamadi not having the confidence, of course missing those 3 penalties in the first half. And so we just look at the replay here of that penalty. I'm not too sure what it was. I think it was just it was just too anxious there by Jason. He had a first goal and then he lost the contact, and then he came back and had a second goal, and that was the penalty.
Yeah, poor discipline there by the CRNFC flanker. As Kandy take this one up, Roshan Weeratne trying to go on his own. He's held up and brought forward again by CRNFC. Sabir been very impressed with the CR defense this season. This game. They've been rushing up in defense, making those tackles, and just as I say that, Fazil Marija cutting all the way through the CRNFC defense.
He says held up, and he was right there. Yeah, let's see what referee Carter. There was no one really to see it better than referee Carter, and he has his signal, and he's consulting the linesman there. Kunarak, we see the replay. Fashu just stepping on the left foot and just going back into where the traffic was. He just managed to pump off come off the. Interesting. Let's see there. Yeah, one of the CR props' hands was right underneath that ball.
That's an interesting call, Laga. Also some great defensive work by Shemal Veerasekara. His hand just underneath the Fazil Marija's on that occasion.
Yeah, it was a good work by the cameraman. He certainly got that one, but there was no one, like I said, there was no one really better to call that one than the referee Carter. He was right on the spot there.
But here you go, Kandy, with another attacking scrum just on the 5-meter mark.
Really good defense by CR. That's how you really defend when you're 5 meters away from your line, and they just got to keep up this effort and make sure they get out of. If Kandy gets out of, if CR gets out of the red zone without conceding any points, they'll be very happy.
Yeah, both teams playing one man down. Rafikada showing no mercy, and there goes the great turnover. Looks like a great turnover. The ball goes loose from that scrum. Bunaka Udangama could not control it, and with that kick, Sia coming out of jail, Sachin.
Yes, great work there by CRNFC, one of the back row forwards.
Yeah, it was a dominant scrum, but just not managed to control it at the back there, and referee call play on. And Aruna there just snapped on that ball.
Yeah.
And seal it properly. And
great work there by Arun Kumar to get onto that ball. And CRNFC against the run of play, getting out of their 22. Kandy with another attacking chance. Veeratne to Fazil Marija. Ratwata joining the line, out wide.
Yeah, referee Carter was right there, and I think even the linesman that called that one, that was forward pass. As we look at Dharamavada there, trying to take his good friend from the same college, Science College, Jamara there on the outside, but good to see the boys having a bit of fun.
Yep. In the end, Laga, that's what it's all about. Enjoying the game. CRNFC now with a scrum inside their own half. Laga, they need to get out of danger here. They need to go deep into Kandy territory.
Yeah, if they can grind it in this period of the game, surely it will be a huge push for them if they can get another box kick by Kavindu, well placed, and Dharmapala shaking after under that one, and he's getting caught. Good pressure by the CR. You got 3 on 2 there.
Yes, CRNFC putting some good pressure on here. Fazil Marja looking to clear his lines.
Yeah, got some space out wide there. Jamara sees it.
Rochana Hettiarachi puts it up. Veeratna collects. Decides to go the other way. Puts in the boot. Arun Kumar leaves the ball behind. Beg your pardon, that's Lahiru Pavitra. Knock forward. Giant CRNFC have a lot of work to do in this half. Even though they do lead, they need to keep the pressure on, and they need to play a territorial game here with these wet conditions.
Kandy have been smarting, I think, after that first half, and they came out early, and they looked like, they had really got a dressing down by their coaching team. And they're a tad bit unfortunate not to have gone over and scored there. They had a good opportunity to score and really bring things back to even Stevens. But yeah, still hanging in there, Bobby.
Yeah, it could come down to a moment in this battle here. It's very, very close.
Ball popping out of the scrum there. Boenako Dangama doing well to collect. CRNFC putting a lot of pressure. Fazil Marja, Dharmapala puts one high up. This is Prince Chamara under the ball. Collects well. Taken in there. Referee says play on. Rochana Hettiarachi now looking for space deep. Rathwat has got it covered. Decides to run it back. Roshan Veeratna has got support with him. Richard Dharmapala stepping in through a couple of tackles. Rathwat to Dimitri taking it up. Offload. Great offloads here, giant by Kandy SC. This is where they're so dangerous. They get those little offloads going around the contact area. As Fazil Marja puts in a little chip for Arshad Jamaldeen. Just unable to hold on to the ball there.
I think the referee has called it back.
I think the man was in front of the kicker there. That phase of play was more like the Kandy that we're accustomed to seeing. So some danger signs for CR. CR just can't, rest on their laurels. They have to come out and really work, and work this Kandy team out of the game. They have to get those hard yards going again.
Yeah, it's just the aimless kicking. Just kicking it. For example, that previous play there, all the winger had to do was to kick it out and restart, but he kicked it straight into Nigel's hands, and they counter attack, and it almost resulted in a try there. I think it's going to be interesting how both coaches are going to use their bench. It might come down to those guys, how impact what sort of impact are those guys going to bring into the game.
Yes, the modern game, Laga, revolves a lot around all 22 players, not just the starting 15. It's not all about how you start the game, it's about how you end it, and the 7 or 8 players on the bench are going to make a huge difference in this game come the 60th minute. As Ashan De Costa looks to put in a deep kick, as he's done all game. And things looking dangerous for CRNFC. When you see Kandy start throwing those offloads, they can really be deadly against any opposition.
We all know what Kandy is capable of, and unfortunately today they don't seem to have come to the race. Conditions really haven't helped them, and for the first time this season they've really been put under the cosh. So CR just has to get into the Kandy half and play all the rugby there. Hopefully they'll secure this ball, which they look like they will, and this probably will go deep into their half as it does.
Rathwata looking to put one deep. Puts it down the throat of Lahiru Pavitra there. This is Ashan De Costa. Huge kick down centre field. Looks to find space and he does. Roshan Veeratne looking for support. He's got Fazil Marja with him. Dharmapala out wide, 2-on-1. Good defense there by Shan Noor. Possibly a loss forward there. Referee says play on. It's got an offside advantage for Kandy SC, so they have the penalty advantage. They can really go for it now. Kishore Jahan. Giant Kandy are looking to get into this game. You can see the quick hands going through, and it's possible that the ball has dried up a little bit, and it's giving Kandy have been given a license to run.
Yeah, I get the impression that Kandy has to score next, and if Kandy can put this into the corner, secure the ball, then they're back in the game, Laga. And if the momentum shifts their way, that familiar feeling will come back into their team. That belief will just return to them. And that'll sign some real danger signs for CR.
Yeah, for sure. As we see some of the first legs being substituted on for both sides, and Jason comes back on to the match. Goal killer for Sharon FC. Done. Beautifully done there by the winger, and then to make it even better, brings it back, brings it around the post. Underneath the post, just to help the conversion, and that was nicely done by the Kandy flanker, just offloading there in that tackle ball, and they gave him a chance to work the ball out wide to their winger. So Kandy comes striking back, and they need it to John?
Yeah, CR was chancing the arm too many times, Laga. I mean, there were just too many options where they were just turning over possession. They were just not very smart at that play. You come out at halftime, you're leading 9-3. Just put the ball into the corners, play the corners, keep Kandy down there. You know that if they come into your half, they're going to hurt you. It's a matter of time before someone breaks through with the likes of Marija and Lavangar and Jamaldeen, and they have the ammunition to really hurt any side. So why do that? And CR have really, let the initiative slip here.
Yeah, for sure. They did well in that first 10 minutes of the period of the first 10 minutes of the second half. They defended quite well, 5 minutes away from their line. Of course, they turned that ball over in the line out on the far, just in front of us as we look at the try. That was the offload off the ground, and a looping pass out to Gayan, and Gayan to Lavangar, and he did really well there. Inside, Friend came out, and he did well there to come underneath the post.
Great stuff there by Lavangar Pereira, knowing that his kicker not having a great day, so giving him an easy kick to get his confidence up. Laga, from a coach's perspective, what would Coach Marika have told CRNFC at halftime?
They didn't need to change so much. Like John said, if they had some directed kicks to the corners and keep the pressure on Kandy, it would have helped a hell of a lot. But Jason getting Simpin in the first 2 minutes of the match, of the second half rather, that didn't help, and just small errors that started creeping in.
Yes, as CRNFC put into a line out just outside the Kandy 22. Lost forward there by Kavinder De Costa. Indisciplined Giant, a lot of handling errors, too many penalties by CRNFC.
Yeah, that shows you what a score like that can do to you. CR was scoring all the shots for the first 40 minutes. Kandy burst into the game, score try, and then CRNFC, it just shows what scoreboard pressure can do to you. So CR will have their work cut out. They just need to regroup, put this behind them, and just somehow first secure the ball and keep grinding away. They're just 1 point behind Kandy with all that. They just have to have that belief and keep putting Kandy under pressure.
Yeah, they need to stay in this in the Kandy half now and just make sure they discipline themselves in the breakdown. So here we go again. It's another penalty to Kandy, and yeah, the CR front row is not having a good day today. Yeah, just got to be careful here, CR. They don't chop the, chop their hits. Crucial time of the match. 12 minutes gone in the second half. 10-9.
Yep.
Still down by 1 point. Still plenty to play for.
A lot lying on the senior players. Ishan Noor, Ashanti Costa. They're going to have to marshal their troops. As Damit Disanaika prepares to throw into this line out. 35 meters away from the CRNFC goal line. Buena Kudangamo takes it up, loop around the back. Veeraratne sends his lock forward, charging in. This is Shan Padran breaking around. Arshad Jamaldeen out wide. Nigel Ratwat, the pass looked a bit forward there, perhaps flat laga. Veeraratne stepping and going. Kandy needs quick ball here. CRNFC defense flying up there as the big prop forward for Kandy. Lasita Attanagoda takes it up. And a penalty under the sticks for Kandy SC here. So Fazil Marja opting to take it quickly. He sees space out wide. Good 2-on-1 option, and Lavanga Pereira scores out wide there. Laga, great option by Fazil. The experience paying off.
You hit it right there. You can't replace experience, and Fazil saw the space out wide. They were outnumbers really, and plus the CR players were having their backs turned into Kandy, and he took a quick tap.
Yeah, I think the CR players, just like us in the commentary box, expected the three-pointer, and Fazil Marja catching the napping. That's try number 2 to Lavanga Pereira for the evening. This conversion to make it an 8-point game.
Yeah, it's interesting how how we see the defensive now for CR. They've got to stick to their guns. What they did in the first half worked, but players shooting off the line right now and missing tackles, it's not going to do any good for them. So as we see the conversion just on your right.
You just can't afford to miss tackles first up, and on both occasions where Kandy scored those tries, CRFC guilty of falling off tackles and not being strong enough. So Kandy has really wrestled the initiative back, and they're firmly in front here, and they seem to have got the confidence. And if you look at CR, a few heads have gone down. They just have to get the belief back, and they just need a score here.
Yes, we see a change for CRNFC. Wasaba Senrat coming on at second row, and number 16 Malinda Hetty Arachi coming on at prop. Eshan Kalhara taking it up.
Again, another offense there by the CR flanker, as referee Carter playing advantage.
Yeah, block tackle there on that occasion, not wrapping his arms around, just going in with the shoulder. Referee Carter's called an end to the advantage as Bona Kudamgamo takes it up. Arshad Jamaldeen sees some space in behind. Fazil Marja, does he have the space? He's got a little boot in, and it's just rolled out of play. Unlucky there, Giant, for Fazil.
Yeah, the ball just beating him to the sideline there, but Kandy confidence out of those 2 tries, and it's funny how quickly things can change, huh?
That first half seems light as a goal, Laga. Kandy seemed a different side. Obviously, they managed to have a good chat about what they were doing wrong, what was not quite working out, and with Fazil Marija calling the shots, they're a different side.
Yeah, he's a huge part of this setup, Fazil, and he has been for a long time. And wonder what's going to happen if he leaves. And they won that turnover again, Kandy, and Fazil again on the move. CR's having it hard again. They've got to defend their line. Yeah, they've got to stick onto their tackles and make sure they defend their hearts out here, CR. And another pick and go by the Kandy forward.
So Kandy just keeping ball in hand, working the breakdowns, just taking it phase by phase, and they're just making ground. And if this ends up in a try, like I think it's game, set, and match.
Yeah, the power play of Kandy sort of taking its stove there, and lovely tackle. Lovely tackle by the CR winger there on the far side, and Guyane was inches away from the try line there, so a good defensive effort by CR.
As you see the replay,
yeah, he was just trying to reach out, but he actually fell on his back.
CR at 6s and 7s, Laga, they just show that 2 tries in succession, and you keep asking questions of yourself, and you lose that belief that that go forward ball. The ball doesn't seem to bounce your way all of a sudden. It's not a nice place to be.
It's not at all. But I just thought the Kandy forwards, their power play just in the middle of the paddock, it's sort of taking its toll for the CR defenders, and they got some big boys in that Kandy setup. Yeah, that doesn't help at all. No, again, another penalty, and it's been a huge problem right from the start, John. With the CR scrum, that was always going to be a challenge to go against the Kandy. The Kandy scrum has been dominant in the first 4 games.
An old-fashioned quick tap there, Laga.
Yeah, everything is sticking now for the Kandy forwards. Oh, he lost it on the line. Just lost it on the line there, Roshan. Was the right option to do. Dummy and went just underneath the post and not managing to hold on to that one.
Well, I won't feel too bad because I know that I have a very dominant forward pack to play with, and they'll be looking to win this ball back. CR in deep trouble, Laga.
Again, another scrum underneath the post. It doesn't get any easier. But yes, it's a temperament of these sort of matches. When you want to compete against the best, you gotta front up for 80 minutes.
Yeah, defending your own goal line not easy, Laga. And see, I've been doing it possibly for the last 7 to 8 minutes, I think. And they've been defending almost all through this second half. A lot of pressure on them. And where do you think it's gone wrong for CR in this game so far, like in the second half rather?
I think they sort of you still gotta make sure you play a bit of attacking rugby. You can't sort of seal the game doesn't finish in the first half. I mean, you can't play defensively and win matches. Especially when you're playing the likes of Kandy. So I thought, and plus their kicking came in the first part of this half, of second half, wasn't sort of good enough. They were just kicking it straight to the hands of the back 3, Kandy back 3.
Kandy putting a lot of pressure on that scum. CR managing to hold on to their own ball. Dylan Soiser seems to be on the field now as he puts a big boot in. collected there by one of the CRNFC replacement players. That's number 22, Banukan Anakar, is on the field for CRNFC. And penalty to CRNFC.
Yeah, referee Carter there just calling that one. He was right on the spot. Tackler not releasing the ball carrier. The chaser there did really well to get his hands on the ball.
Yeah, Ashandi Costa to finally give CRNFC an opportunity inside the Kandy territory. Haven't been here for a while, Jan.
Plenty of time though. Plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time, and it could have been a lot worse. If Kandy had scored, there would have been 22-9, and that would have been like a Herculean task to get back from there. So they're still a score away, Laga. A converted try will seal it still. So they just have to keep their composure and keep at it.
Very much. It's anyone's game. If they can a converted try, of course, for CR will win them the match. They've got to. Oh, good pass, a good offload there. Just need to pass early now. Comes back on the inside. And a good covering tackle there. They need to win that quick ball. Playing it flat. Yeah, they're going to stick to their guns and take it back to where it came from, using their forwards to muscle it up. Good carry there. Getting it back again. Yeah, it was a bit marginal there, but referee Carter says play it on. So just need to hold on to the ball here. Sharon creates a few faces. Go forward ball, good defense by Kandy, getting up and making their tackles. Yeah, they got numbers here. If they use this one wide. Oh, beautifully done! What a try! Beautifully done. Underneath the post it went. Nicely executed. And that was
Mohammad Sashan there, I believe, who scored that try.
That was well designed by CR. They went left, right, forwards, just using their forwards, and then when they had the space out wide, some good carries. And look how he held the ball in front there. Just decision making.
Yes, great skill there by the CRNFC winger Sashan Mohammed to step inside and go under the posts.
Yeah, as we were just discussing, CR being in this game and not sort of putting their heads down, and they come straight back into it. Then they've got a chance now right underneath the post to go ahead by 1 point. So turning into a thriller.
Yes, it is one of the better games of the season so far, Laga. No offense to heavies.
Yeah. Can you be disappointed though? They camped down at on CR line for a while. They had a few chances to score. They went as we see the conversion. Prince there putting the 2 points, and we see CR pushing it 16-15.
So CRNFC back in front halfway through the second half here, and Kandy definitely will be disappointed with that defensive effort. And Laga, how important the 3 tries they left out there as well.
Yeah,
the 3 penalties.
Yeah, well I said half an hour ago it could come down to a moment, and those were the moments, and they haven't sort of taken it, so it might come back to bite them really. CR now just need to keep the ball in hand and make sure they don't do any giveaway silly penalties. And again, another penalty. Advantage play by referee Carter. Yeah, no advantage there, so he's giving the penalty. Just the Kandy player not supporting his own weight in that ruck. Just need to be smart now, CR. Just find the corners.
All about the composure.
And we have a good 18 minutes, exciting 18 minutes in front of us.
Ashandi Costa taking the lead here, looking to get CRNFC into Kandy territory. Gets the mark from the referee.
Yeah, there will be some nervous Kandy supporters up on that stadium, boys.
There certainly will be. A lot of the upcountry probably watching this game from the comfort of their homes up in the hill capital. CRNFC line out just inside their own half. Stolen by Kandy. Great effort there. but a free kick awarded by referee Arshad Carter.
Yeah, the Kandy jumper just closing the cap here. So things are starting, things are slowly turning into CR's way. And again, I think they're going to try and keep their tactics as they've done so far, keeping the ball in hand.
Yes,
and this boy has done really well, huh? Yeah, that was a 50-50 call by
Kandy now with an opportunity. Fazil Marja puts a little boot in. Prince Chamara collects, taken high there. Fazil Marja, bit of a blood rush to the head there. Giant, disappointing to see the Sri Lanka skipper lose his cool.
That's very unlike Fazil Marija. I don't know if the ball receiver dipped into the tackle. I'm not too sure what happened there, because it's not something that you would associate with Fazil Marija.
Yeah, I think it was more of a reaction by the skipper there, Fazil. But it might cost his team 10 minutes. A huge score coming up here by the officials. Oh, it's gone to his pocket. Yes. And look,
that's going to have a huge impact on this game, Laga.
Yeah, this could be the turning point of this match, of this very close match. As we see skipper Fazil Marjan making his way into the naughty chair. Yeah, it was just a reaction there as Prince was trying to collect that ball, and Fazil, his body got away from him and he stuck his arm up there. And it was pretty high though. And he knew straight away too, he's put up his hand.
So Kandy minus their talisman, Fazil Marija. CR back in the game, got their noses in front, they've got line out just outside, just inside Kandy territory. So the game's hotting up, Laga.
Certainly has. CR now have everything to play for.
Everything to play for, not much to lose for CRNFC as they set up a driving maul here.
Yeah, beautifully worked line out to the back to Jason, and look at that body position, look at that maul to perfection.
Perfect technique there, Laga.
Oh, that was beautifully done. And again, I think CR is going to stick to their guns and keep it very close, the pick and go. Just got to make sure they keep the ball in hand and make sure they don't give away any penalties.
It's all about 10-man rugby here for CRNFC. They've got to keep it tight, slow the game down, play to their strengths.
On the other hand, Kandy's got to be very careful giving away a penalty here, because
CRNFC forwards need to make sure they clear those rucks well. They don't want to have any Kandy defenders straggling around the breakdown, trying to get their hands on the ball. Jason Disanaika taking it up. Quick ball for CRNFC. Ashanti Costa sees a bit of space in the deep. Fumble there by the Kandy in three-quarter, I believe.
Oh, well.
Lavanga Pereira. And it's a line out to CRNFC 5 meters away.
Yes, not a bad chip. I actually thought it was a bit too deep. Went into the Kandy 22, but then Nigel, the winger there for CR, actually caught up and I think it hit his arm. And they've done well there. If they could keep that up, I think, according to my watch, I think Fazil will catch the last 2 minutes of the match.
With Fazil Marja on the field, 2 minutes is enough, Jan.
Well, CR have a chance here. If they can just get that rolling maul going and get over the line here, then that's a huge ask from Kandy for them to come back and score. So a very, very crucial phase of the game now.
Yes, they need to work this to perfection as Jason goes up, and again Kandy steals that one. And they got pinched for not being back 10, and a quick tap has been taken. Yeah, it was just and And they find themselves just in front of their 22. Prince Charmla's got to have an option now, find a decision here now. Good ball, tackle. Yeah, well kicked by Nigel there. And yeah, just a bit silly there by the CR chaser. And the linesman has come in, but I think the referee has seen it. Yes, he said okay. Oh, no. And another silly error by CR. Penalty inside their half. It's a penalty with the ball lands, so it's just a silly error.
Extremely silly there by CRNFC. They need to hold their cool here, and the experienced heads need to take control of this game, Laga.
Yes, and of course with time sort of cutting down quickly, Jamardin will have to try his luck and see if he can get 3 points and push themselves ahead in this one. Just 15 meters away from the sideline on your right hand side. It could be a tricky one. I think in the context of this match, for me, that Aruna from CRNFC, the number 8, has certainly put his hand up right from the start. So if I was to go for a man of the match, I'm surely pick him.
Chan, your nomination for man of the match?
And it hits the post. How unlucky was that? Oh, again another error. Just not being able to clear that one. All they had to do was collect it, give it to one of their kickers and clear them, get themselves out of the red zone. But taking the ball into the contact and again losing that ball, it could be very vital. But the conversion, John?
Yeah, I mean, that's, like I said earlier, there's been some great rugby, but at the same time, there's been some very basic mistakes being made at very critical points in time. So they should have just kicked the ball and just gotten out of the red zone, like you said.
Yeah, they had to get out of the red zone because could be very dangerous at this period of the match. Looking for this scrum, looking for Kandy to put a big one in, and looking for CR not to give away any penalties in their scrums. Oh, beautifully done by that halfback. Put the pressure on and just.
I think they should just get the ball out, Laga.
Yes, they need to clear themselves out of trouble. They got to be careful they don't. Yeah, there you go. Again, another forgivable mistakes. Just knocking the ball on and. And Richard did really well there, just pressing through. We're going through a few tackles. And again, Kandy pressing on, looking for the penalty. Having their runners coming in a bit closer and CR counting the rucks. Just 10 meters away from the CR line, and this is crunchy stuff. Oh, beautiful run there by the Kandy number 8. They made at least 5 meters, and that was a good go forward ball. Oh, he's actually thought that was a try line, but that was a 5 meter line. And again, they deliver the ball out there. Nigel falls into. Oh, good run by the prop there. Just a meter away from the line, from the CR line. A crucial part of the game is Kandy presses on to the CR line and yes, and they finally made it just on the side of the post there. Just a pick and go. Again, another power play by the Kandy forwards.
Laga, CRNFC have only themselves to blame there. They got the ball back and they just went for pick and drive in their own 22 and they coughed the ball up. Why would you want to do that? Set the ball up, boot the ball, kick it as far as you possibly can and let Kandy start off from their own 40-meter line.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Brainless bit of rugby there.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what the plan was. Captain Noon there. Of course, the first one they sealed the ruck properly, so I would have thought they would have just given it to one of their kickers and put the ball down and get out of their red zone. But they went for another one and they lost the ball in the contact. And losing the ball inside your 22 is never a good thing when you're playing against the opposition like Kandy. But the power play there by the Kandy forwards was just superb. As we see the conversion go over. And again, Kandy pushes through.
Just look at that. Man of the match, I feel that Lavanga Pereira has also had a good say. He's had a couple of tries as well. So I'm sure that he's also one of the lads who's put his hands up today and really had a good outing.
Certainly has. He broke the hurdle for Kandy scoring those tries. As we see Roshan kicking the ball out, and it's game over. There you go, folks. Kandy winning it right at the end there. CR had that one right along all the way. There was only a small moment of the game where Kandy took charge and led 16 points 14 points to 9. But Kandy coming back into the match, and again, that error inside their half, they will go back and think about that very deeply, and they will regret that very much. They had that in the bag for a while there.
Absolutely, Laga. No one to blame but Sia themselves, because like Jayan said, you need to kick those ball out of your territory to be comfort. But unfortunately, the bench, the coaching staff must be absolutely gutted with the CRNFC second half performance. So there go, full time CRNFC 16 and Kandy Sports Club dominating the second half, finishing it 22 with 3 tries, 1 conversion and a penalty. And final thoughts on this game, Jayan?
Well, it was a good game of rugby. It was like Laka said, it was a bit of an arm wrestle, but given the conditions, you'd come to expect that. There was some good rugby, a bit of poor rugby in between, but it was a great game to watch, I thought. And CR really had their chances, and if you ask me, it's a match lost by CR rather than one won by Kandy.
And going back to our man of the match, today's game, it's Lavanga Pereira who scored 2 tries, the Kandy winger. And credits to him, and also they in fact scored the last try with 1 man down. They didn't have captain Fazil Marija on the field, but what a good finish. So Kandy remain unbeaten. We'll see whether we can get a quick highlights package onto your screen. And as you can see, Shehan Lema Patirana also played this game. He didn't play a few games due to having been out for the dengue fever. So many players having this dengue fever, in fact.
Yeah, we spoke about the bench being the difference. I thought Kandy bench really make the difference there in that last 10 minutes of the match. I think that prop that came on for Kandy, some carries he did. But the CR defenses stood back and watch.
Yeah, some inspired changes there, Laga. And CR, like I said, was too soft. Perhaps they came out to just try and try and be defensive and keep Kandy at bay, but you can't play rugby like that. And especially when you get a chance where the ball hits the upright and comes back, just try and get out of that zone, get out of that danger zone and play. So CR perhaps lacking a bit of experience, Headlaga, and Kandy in the end, showing that they were able to hold their nerve and score the try that really made it swing in their favour.
Absolutely, Chan. There you go, Lavanga Pereira diving under the post. Brilliant run by the Tuskers winger. And he came under the post, cutting out the distance of the conversion, which made Jamaldin easier. And this is the other try in the corner. 1 step, 2 step, and there he goes. So, but it's all about skills, wearing number 22, Lavanga Pereira. But Jamaldin, of course, didn't have a good game today. He missed pretty much 4 kicks. At one point, we were thinking that how much impact it's going to cost this game. But that's a Sashan Mohammed try on your screen. That gave energy, that gave momentum for CRNFC after trailing 15 points to 9. Sia pretty much thought from that try they have sealed the game, but it's all about 80 minutes, not 79 or 79 and a half. And that's the high tackle by skipper Fazil Marija on Prince Shamara. And there you go, that's a final whistle, final try by number 8, Dimitri Vijayatunga. So the story out here, it's finally a good win for Kandy Sports Club, coming back strongly. As you can see, the key stats, CRNFC scoring 1 try, conversion and 3 penalties from Prince Shamara for their 16 points. And Kandy scoring 3 tries, 2 conversion and a penalty. And half-time mark, as you can see on your screen, Sia were leading 9 points to 3. But I'm sure for another week or two, probably Sia would not forget this game. In fact, so man of the match, Lavanga Pereira for his 2 tries. And of course, we have another game coming on Sunday. Havelocks taking Navy Sports Club. That's at Valisara. Watch live. In fact, Havelocks taking on Army. That's of course going to held at the Air Force ground in Ratmalana. And the other big game is Police versus Navy at Nittavella ground. So watch that Police Navy clash at Nittavella grounds live on ThePapare.com on Sunday at 4 o'clock. So that's all we have from ThePapare.com. And we thank for our commentary box, Laga and Jayan Gunatilka, also Sachin David. And that's all we have here. Until Sunday, we'll say goodbye.
You can withdraw Easy Cash from any commercial bank ATM which displays the Easy Cash logo. Select cardless transactions. Select your preferred language. Select Easy Cash. Type in the amount you need. Enter your Easy Cash account number. You will receive a message onto your mobile. Enter your Easy Cash PIN and send to complete your transaction.
Now use commercial bank ATMs to withdraw Easy Cash at your convenience. Call 7111 for more information. Easy Cash, money in your mobile. Now transact with over 40 million EasyCash customers via Dialog, Etisalat and Hutch. Dial #111# to register today. Connect to Sri Lanka's largest Wi-Fi network with over 2,500 hotspots across the country. Cafes, restaurants, colleges, hospitals, bus stands, train stations and many more. Select Dialog Wi-Fi and visit wifi.dialog.lk to register and get your username and password. Choose from 4 easy ways to top up your account. Go Wi-Fi, go Dialog.
Dialog Self-Care app is Sri Lanka's first and only award-winning app and is the best in the region with trilingual support. So we further improved the app to give more power and control to you. Even more powerful now, with over 50 dialogue services at your control anytime, any place, in your own preferred language. New services for Club Vision members. Step onto the world of self-care possibilities. Download now for free.
This is iPhone 6s. Not much has changed, except it responds to the pressure of your finger. So you can peek into stuff. And pop stuff open, which changes how you play a song. Read a text. Read an email. Read the news. Wait, you read the news?
Yep.
Of course you do. Now you can change apps like this. Pay at more places like this. And the new color looks like this. It's rose gold. It's awesome. And Siri is more helpful than ever.
Hey Siri, show me photos of tortellini.
Here are some images of tortellini. Maybe get takeout? The camera shoots 4K video now, which changes how your movies look. Nice. Even selfies have changed. Now your screen is the flash. That's gonna get like 1 million likes.
Thanks.
Actually, photos themselves have changed. They move now. You just touch them. So yeah, that's what's changed.
Don't be constrained. Be versatile. Be flexible. You have the power. Set talk time, SMS, and data quotas to match your style and enjoy the full potential of your mobile package. It's my plan from Dialog. Absolute power to you.
To create your own plan, visit www.dialog.lk/myplan or call 1777 for more information.